Sakhyaha Chachurinmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Yudapadakammalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sangana Regunathanidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahana Lilita Sri Vishakanyutamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Putale Srimate Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshariti Tarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Lenkaite Girim Yakripa Tamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Isharam. So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Krishna's entrance into Dwaraka, and verse number 15. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret Sranvadam Sakata Krishna Punyasravana Kirtana Hridiyandastohi Apadrani Vidhunoti Sukritsatam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tadha Rajastamo Bhava Kamalobhadayasjaye Chetayadairana Vidham Sthitam Sattve Prasidati Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavat Bhakti Yogadaha Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate Vidyate Hrade Grandhi Stityante Sarva Samseha Chiyante Jasya Karmani Drashtaye Vatmani Ishware. So today Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanacha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Pangajanapaya Nama Pangajamalini Nama Pangajanetraya Namaste Pankajankriye. So thank you for this opportunity to speak on this Dwadashi morning. And welcome everybody to our Sunday morning Bhagavatam reading. Dwari Dwari Grahanam Cha Detyachada Paleshu Bihi Alankritam Purna Kumbhair Belipir Thupati Pagai Dwari Dwari Grahanam Cha Dati Achada Paleshu Bihi Alankritam Purna Kumbhair Belipir Thupati Pagai. So synonyms: Dwari Dwari, the door of each and every house. Grahana, of all the residential buildings. Cha, and Dati, curd. Achada, unbroken, phala, fruit. It should be sugar cane, Alangrita, decorated, Purna Kumbhai, full water pots, Belipihi, along with articles for worship, Thupa, incense, Deepagai, with the lamps and candles. Translation and purport by Stephen Gesila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugar cane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense and candles were all displayed. Purport by Divine Gesla Prabhupada Ki Jai. The process of reception, according to Vedic rites, is not at all dry. The reception was made not simply by decorating the roads and streets as above mentioned, but by worshipping the Lord with requisite ingredients like incense, lamps, flowers, sweets, fruits, and other palatable eatables, according to one's capacity. All were offered to the Lord, and the remnants of the foodstuff were distributed amongst the gathering citizens. So it was not like a dry reception of these modern days. Each and every house was ready to receive the Lord in a similar way. And thus, each and every house on the roads and streets distributed such remnants of food to the citizens. And therefore, the festival was successful. Without distribution of food, no function is complete. And that is the way of Vedic culture. So, for the past few days, we have been dwelling on Krishna's entrance to Dwaraka. The Lord was away in Hastinapur, and the Kurukshetra war happened, and Maharaj Yudhishthira persuaded him to stay back some more because the king was in great remorse after what all millions of people were killed in the war, and he was thinking himself responsible somehow for this great carnage, because for himself acquiring the throne, why would so many millions go to their deaths? So he couldn't be pacified. So he wanted Krishna to please stay back, and the Lord wanted to give comfort to his sister Subhadra, who had lost her only son Abhimanyu in the war. And then finally, and then we had the Bhishma Dev's passing, and the Lord was personally present at that time for his great devotee at the last moment. And then Bhishma Dev imparted all the instructions that Maharaj Yudhishthira wanted to hear, and he was consoled, and then he allowed Krishna to depart. And we have seen the departure was full of tears. I mean, the women were suppressing their tears because it is inauspicious to shed tears at the time when somebody is leaving. And then the Pandavas, they were walking hither and thither because of the impending separation from Krishna. Everybody was in deep sorrow because of the separation. And here, in this chapter, we see the Dwarakavasi's dejection being lifted because Krishna has arrived, and Krishna has blown his conch shell, and they are running to him to receive him. It is, and they are, we have seen in verse 1 to 3, Krishna, Krishna's blowing of the conch shell. It is as if the conch shell was reddened by the touch of his lips. This chapter is full of poetry and such exalted pictures of jubilation. And And then verses 3 to 10, the Dwarkavasi's prayers. It is full of prema. Actually, it is it is the citizens of Dwaraka, but wherever Krishna, the hearts of the devotees are filled with the love for him. They are saying that his separation, in his separation, they felt one moment was like millions of years. So they are receiving him with various presentations, with such affectionate prayers. And we have seen how and 10 to 13, we have seen how the highways and the roads and were decorated with the festoons, flags, and flowers and everything. Uh, so it is a big festival, actually, Krishna's return to Dwaraka. And here in this verse, it is being said, each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugar cane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense and candles were all displayed. So every house was the entrance was decorated for welcoming Krishna. And yesterday we saw how, Prabhu was telling, Sri Kishore Prabhu was describing how, and how there is rangoli in the front of the houses, and people even every day they begin their morning worship by doing this rangoli and worshipping the Lord, sprinkling water in the courtyard that is mixed with cow dung, everything. So here is a further detail how each and every door, each and every household was ready to welcome Krishna, and they had placed auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits. That's a very auspicious thing to have unbroken fruits decorating the doorways. Then sugar cane and full water pots, and then there were incense, candles, and everything displayed. So the process of reception according to Vedic rites is not at all dry. The reception was made not simply by decorating the roads and streets as above mentioned, but by worshipping the Lord with requisite ingredients like incense, lamps, flowers, sweets, fruits, and other palatable eatables according to one's capacity. All were offered to the Lord, and the remnants of the foodstuff were distributed among the gathering citizens. So we can remember something like a Janmashtami festival when we have so many lamps lit and everybody is offering an arati to Krishna, and then there is so many fruits and prasadam distributed to all the devotees who are coming there. So it is there is a great sense of sharing, the auspiciousness and the joy of the occasion. So here we can see that we are all used to being in a great great temples like Tirumala, Tirupati Bhagwan, and then Jagannath Puri, Mayapur, Vrindavan, where we feel such great joy being there on let's say I was there for Kartik festival, and that too on Deepavali day. And there is a mountain of prasada, mountain of halwa, and that is being distributed like thrown to people. So that such is the jubilation and the pleasure that we take in celebrating the Lord's festivals. And here he is personally coming And the devotees are always so anxious to please the Lord with their prayers, with whatever in their capacity to do, however humble the offerings are. So recently we heard many times how Sudama was welcomed by the Lord and what he had to offer him. Simply some chips of rice which his wife had borrowed and sent wrapped in a very torn piece of cloth. So Krishna accepting it with such great delight. And we know about Shabari waiting for the Lord. Every day she will be collecting fruits, and she will taste them first, it is said, that to see which ones are sweet and which one not so good, she will throw them. And so many instances are there in which the devotee's heart is so full of love for the Lord, and they want to please him by offering the best they have. And each and every house was ready to receive the Lord in a similar way, and thus each and every house on the roads and streets distributed such remnants of food to the citizens, and therefore the festival was successful. Without distribution of food, no function is complete, and that is the way of Vedic culture. So ISKCON is very famous for prasadam distribution. Millions of plates of prasadam being served every day, in fact. There are school children receiving prasadam daily by the mercy of ISKCON, Bangalore, ISKCON Chowpatty, and all those places. And we have even it has become famous that even President Obama has relished prasadam in Govinda's restaurant in Hawaii, or that another big great personality who passed away, the Apple head, he also mentioned receiving prasadam at Hare Krishna temple. So Govinda's restaurant and prasadam distribution is so popular in the world today. And it is said in Bhagavad Gita, verse number 17-13. Without distribution, any sacrifice performed without regard for the directions of scripture, without distribution of prasadam, spiritual food, without chanting of Vedic hymns and remunerations to the priests, and without faith is considered to be in the mode of ignorance. Faith in the mode of darkness or ignorance is actually faithlessness. Sometimes people worship some demigod just to make money and then spend the money for recreation, ignoring the scriptural injunctions. Such ceremonial shows of religiosity are not accepted as genuine. They are all in the mode of darkness. They produce a demoniac mentality and do not benefit human society. So the prasadam distribution and the chanting of the hymns, the mantras, all that is part of our auspicious rituals which are held throughout the year in many occasions. And in Lord Chaitanya's life history, Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are so many instances where so many instances, it's full of Sankirtan and Prasadam distribution, full of those narrations. And Lord Chaitanya, as a small boy, he is requesting his father on Ekadashi day, go to such and such, I think it's Harish Pandita or somebody's house, and please bring me some Ekadashi prasadam. And his father goes, to get him some prasadam from those exalted Vaishnavas' house. And they are surprised how this boy knows that we are preparing a prasadam on the occasion of Ekadashi. They know that he is a very spiritually advanced personality, and send prasadam for the Lord. And then we have the Panihati festival, where there is the festival of the chipped rice and dahi, and with Lord Nityananda relished very much. So such is this mood of this chapter, celebration and distribution of prasadam, and everybody doing as much as possible to bring something to please the Lord. I am reminded, as in growing up in Kerala, our biggest festival is Onam festival. Receiving Mahabali. That's a 10-day festival, and that one we have there is a the morning, and of course every day the courtyard will be swept and sprinkled with water mixed with cow dung, and then there will be a central raised area in the center of the courtyard, and it will be smeared with cow dung. And 1 second. Excuse me. So in that we will have several flower arrangements. Starting first day will be just one circle of flowers of green, and then there will be white the next day. Then will slowly the size of the flowers decoration will grow in big circle, and there will be many colors will be the purple and the deep purple, red, yellow, everything, and there will be umbrellas for the to decorate the pookalam, that is the flower decoration area. And by the 10th day, when the day Mahabali is arriving, we will have special murtis made of clay to decorate that spot, and there will be flowers, lot of flowers strewn in the courtyard, and there will be early morning, that's before sunrise, we have to have there is a special sweet ada and lamps, everything to, and then the whole atmosphere is so transformed. It's really like, oh, Mahabali has arrived. So that is and then I have a memory of all these temple festivals, where we have every household the deity will come in an elephant procession, and every household will welcome that with a big measure of paddy, and and there will be buttermilk will be given to the devotees who are coming in the procession, and to drink, and fruits and all that, and that procession will go around the village, every home. So I'm very sort of this reading this chapter gives us a great sense of happiness. And and I might read a little from our lotus feet unveiled, in which the whole mood is conveyed, the Lord and his devotees. So I will read a little bit from here. Seeing Krishna, something natural for every resident of Dwaraka, is natural for each individual soul. As Srila Prabhupada states in his purport to text 8, the inhabitants of Dwaraka because of their being pure devotees without any tinge of the material contamination of fruitive activities and empiric philosophical speculation, can see him face to face by the grace of the Lord. This is the original state of the living entity and can be attained by reviving our natural and constitutional state of life, which is discovered by devotional service only. Dwaraka's residents continued with their prayers. Your absence seemed as if a million years. O infallible one, at that time our eyes became useless, as if bereft of the sun. We were unable to see your attractive face while you were away. How can we exist without your presence? They are feeling so much separation from the Lord. By entering Dwaraka and acknowledging with his glance those greeting him, Krishna removed the citizens' misery. Now, in Krishna's presence, the citizens return to their natural blissful consciousness. As Krishna entered further into his capital city, he saw its lushness, its auspicious decorations, painted gates, arches, flags, and festoons, unbroken fruit, sugarcane, full water pots, candles, and fragrant incense had been placed outside each home. Hearing of his arrival, Krishna's relatives rushed toward him to offer their respects amid a clamor of bugles, conch shells, and Vedic hymns. Each citizen contributed to the joyous reception according to his or her capacity. And Krishna sweetly reciprocated with each citizen, friend, or relative. All praised and glorified Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their Lord, appreciating the opportunity to see Him as the greatest of festivals. Desiring to experience the ecstasy of greeting Krishna, conditioned souls caught beneath the cloud of illusion may also taste a sweet drop of this joyous by visiting him in his temples. Especially during celebrations such as Janmashtami and Chulan Yatra, wherein he accepts worship as the deity. Whether one is qualified or unqualified, good or bad, if one approaches Krishna and sincerely offers him whatever he or she is capable of offering, Krishna will reciprocate with the auspicious benedictions, the most beneficial of which will be a deepening of one's desire to serve him. Krishna will reciprocate with auspicious benedictions, the most beneficial of which will be a deepening of one's desire to serve him. Unless one becomes attracted to festivals in the temples, one's mind will remain bound by attraction to material festivals. As Srila Prabhupada describes in his purport to text 25, one can continuously see Krishna, chant his holy names, and become increasingly attracted to him with no satiation. His body is the source of everything that be, the reservoir of all beauties beyond our experience. No one, therefore, is satisfied by seeing the transcendental body of the Lord, because there are always manifestations of newer and newer beauties. The transcendental name, form, qualities, entourage, etc., are all spiritual manifestations, and there is no satiation in chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no satiation in discussing the qualities of the Lord, and there is no limitation of the entourage of the Lord. He is the source of all and is limitless. And this is so beautiful. I mean, so this is the, why we are enthused every day to those who are doing deity worship in the morning to do so much shringar, and it's never boring. I mean, if I said boring, I think Bhakti Priya Mataji will beat me. So it is so much a joyful experience. Bringing new and new outfits for the Lord, and doing his hair decoration, everything, and so many jewelry. We have so much going on in our temple of Naperville, and we have so much a greater and festive time awaiting us. Hopefully in this new year, our new temple will take shape, and the festivals are attended by thousands of devotees. Janmashtami festivals, Deepavali, and Govardhan Puja, everything. So reading from Bhagavatam, we get a taste of it. I mean, it is actually Krishna is present with us when we go through all these, great festivities, and those who cook and bring prasadam and take care of prasadam distribution. There is no limit to how much they want to do. And Srila Prabhupada has said prasadam distribution is such a generous act of distributing love of Krishna to the ignorant masses, to invite them to be part of the experience Krishna consciousness. That is so wonderful also. And I will stop here because I think many people may want to attend Maharaj's lecture. And also this was a simple verse. I mean, of course, those who can speak like Sri Kishore Prabhu was saying so nicely yesterday, how and because of our material civilization is drowning this our natural way of life and delight in the Lord, so it is so very important that each one of us share and do our best to propagate Krishna consciousness. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please forgive me if I made any mistakes in speaking. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Please add your own, this thing. Whatever you want to share about the celebrations and festivals.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisance.
The way you are narrating, especially in Kerala, I was already there, Mataji. So I was thinking, welcoming the lordships every day. The one of the reflections I had was when Krishna comes as a deity form in a Utsav, people will come with in our native place, and we have seen in India. I had once a chance to be in Chennai, Triplicane, Parthsarthi temple on Ekadashi day. I didn't know.
Wonderful.
And then we as a family, we went and we did not realize that it's at Ekadashi. I said, okay, Ekadashi, we go to Triplicane temple. And then we came out. Then we realized that there is a big procession, DT form, Utsamurti coming out. And there is an inner sanctum and outer basically the way it is being designed there is the whole road, inner circle, outer circle, right? Once it comes out, the procession, the DT form and everything, you should see the festivity inside that. People will come, they will clean up the road, they offer, they put rangoli. People will come with all this plate, puja plate. And then the cows, Actually the entire area, a lot of cows there, and then the cows will come out and the people will. It's a great festivity. I thought, what an auspicious thing, that too on Ekadashi day, coming outside, how welcoming people are.
Yes.
And then on the top of it, it was Dhanurmas, like December, January, that
Yeah.
month. And they were distributing Pongal, Iyengar.
Yes, Prabhu, I have tasted, I have had, and I've also, I'll let you finish.
Yeah, this kind of auspicious festivities. So my reflection was,
Yes.
um, when Krishna has come in the form of a holy name, I don't think we have that welcoming. Sometimes we are very lazy to even chant.
Yeah.
But Krishna is non-different. Holy name is not different from Krishna.
Very, very beautiful.
So when we always look at the personal form and the deity form, but we forget that holy name is not different from Krishna. And my realization is, oh my God, what is this? I never have that festivity to welcome Krishna to my heart. And always I'm lazy to chant. Let me do that morning. I procrastinate. So sometimes I feel, wow, listening to this verse, and we should have that jubilation of even taking the mantra,
Yes.
chanting mala, and then welcoming Krishna every day with these kind of festivities.
That,
So that's all.
that,
Thank you,
that,
Mataji.
that's so wonderful, Prabhu. Wonderful. You are not alone, Prabhu. I also have my, why don't I feel, so much happiness in chanting? Sometimes it's a job to do. I have not completed my rounds, and, that kind of anxiety. But actually, we should enjoy that chanting very nicely. And I had marked one a verse here, Prabhu. I will just let me see if I can fetch it. That is you may be remembering that one, Prabhu. I do not reside in Vaikuntha nor in but wherever my devotees chant my name, fame, the Lord says, I mean that in this
Narada
day,
Muni's instructions.
Narada Muni statement, that is so very, it is so much goes into your heart, I do not reside in Vaikuntha nor in any of those um, abodes of mine. I am wherever my devotees are chanting my name and pastimes and glorifying me. I mean, we cannot, in this, living in this Kali Yuga, we have no other sense of shelter but what the shelter that holy name gives, that is we should be so thankful to Srila Prabhupada for bringing it in full form. I mean, like bringing the procession of Jagannath, and what a festival we have on Ratha Yatra day on the open, and distributing prasadam, dance, and everything, and in such remote places in the world. And then I was watching one video of Srila Prabhupada the other day on the web, and he has taught his disciples these, how to exactly go about celebrating, and even celebrating the Guru. And then, so he, in this picture, Srila Prabhupada is arriving in a motorcade, and they have reached the particular place. I don't know if it is Bhaktivedanta Manor or some such location. Anyway, and the car stops a little bit ahead, and two devotees jump out and run in front. I thought, why? Then when Srila Prabhupada arrives, there is a shower of flower petals from above. How sweet these disciples of Srila Prabhupada, want to do everything as exactly shared to him. And watching those videos, we get a taste of. And then in Chennai, especially, you mentioned Partsarthi temple. I have visited Parsati Koil also, and in Chennai, my goodness, the flowers and the flower ladies who go on, every temple town. There is so many flower garlands, and they are all so fragrant. I don't know, the jasmine, and there is some green ones, leaves which are so fragrant, and they are so huge garlands, and they are always watered and kept, ready to take it into the temple offer. And it's so beautiful. And Vrindavan also, I remember when I was visiting Prabhuji, how the temple decoration with the flowers and the garlands that flow in each and every moment before the deities. It is so amazing, so wonderful. And when you are in Tirupati, when you visit, you are seated nicely, and you are served a big, prasadam feast. And doesn't matter, everybody who comes there, how the Lord is so big, so all embracing, and it is such a feeling of, and in fact, all devotees make it possible with their generous contributions, their tireless efforts. Yeah, so that generation after generation, the kids can experience this presence of the Lord with you. And it's a great thing, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, if no more discussion, we can stop, Prabhu. Lingaraj Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpadarupyacha. Kripa sindhubhyevacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Grandhara